The narcissist never stops looking for victims. They never stop. Even when they have the perfect narcissistic supply, they always keep a roster. I believe the narcissist is the type of person who talks to everyone. They will go into a grocery store and just be super friendly, super kind. They never have a mind of their own. They don't have their own identity. They're always taking someone else's identity. They're always acting like someone else other than themselves. So they'll go into a grocery store, they'll go into a mall, they'll go wherever, a park, and just talk to people, tell people their problems, listen to people. But, well, actually, no, I take that back. They don't tell people their problems. They listen to everybody else's problems. And they come real kind. They don't come through the front door, they come through the back door. And if they don't come through the back door, they will come through the window. They come sideways. They're very tricky, clever, and smart, wickedly smart. Like I said, the best way that they trick people is they come like a sheep, unassuming, make you think that they're kind and nice, and behind your back, they're scheming and scamming. They're trying to find ways on how they can take you down. So if you got money, if you have something of value to them, and it doesn't necessarily have to be money or a nice car or a nice house. It can be just simply you're bubbly and you're nice and you're happy. When you're happy, deep down inside, they're sad. When you're sad, they're happy. They're excited. They're always scheming. They're always scamming. It's very important for you guys to understand that, especially for those who've never experienced a narcissist. Do not get into any relationship with them, not even a friendship. But you have to be able to recognize the red flags. Like I said, they're not in my other videos in the past. Not, it doesn't just say narcissist on their forehead. They don't come like that. It doesn't say it on their shirt. Beware, I'm dangerous. You have to study people. You have to listen. You have to observe. And you have to believe them when they tell you the first time who they are. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're on a date with the narcissist, and obviously you don't know that person's a narcissist. And she orders her food and you order your food. And the waiter gets it wrong. If the narcissist is going off on the waiter or waitress and cursing her out or him out over something like really small, that's a problem. You don't sweep that under the rug. Many times I went to a restaurant and the waiter got it wrong. I just let them know, hey, look, this is what I ordered. I didn't order that, or I wanted it like this and not like that. And that's it. And they go, okay, sir, let me go ahead and fix that. I'm sorry. Um, what can I get you dessert wise? It's on the house. Done. I didn't shit on the waiter or waitress. I didn't leave the waiter or waitress in tears. I didn't demean the waiter or waitress. There was a problem, and they resolved the issue. Done. And I told the lady, thank you, and that was it. And she actually got an extra tip. Why? Because she acknowledged the problem. That's it. That's how a normal person acts. So yes. So those are one of the telltale signs. And some of this stuff is like common sense, but depending on how much you like the person, depending on how cool their mask is, right? Because they put the best foot forward. They don't, like I said, they don't say, hey, look, man, I'm dangerous. I'm going to screw you over and I'm going to take everything from you, including your soul. These people are soulless. There's no educational institution for this. That's why I love YouTube, because even on YouTube, whether you look at my channel or someone else's channel regarding a narcissist, educate yourself. Put yourself up on game, as the young kids would say. Put yourself on game. You know, uh, being ignorant, being in the unknown is still not an excuse. And I had to learn the hard way. And I feel the sorriest for those who has experienced what I've experienced and worse. I'm not laughing at the person or at you guys. I'm laughing because I was in the unknown. I'm laughing because the whole time I thought it was me. I'm the crazy person. I'm the one with this personality disorder. Nah, it ain't you. It's them, not you. A narcissist never takes responsibility. That's another way. That's another way to figure them out. A narcissist will never say, you know what, it's my fault. And if they do, it's because it's something in it for them. They will not just fall on their sword because it's the right thing to do. There's always an angle if they ever admit they're in the wrong. And it's one thing to admit you're in the wrong, and it's another thing to admit it and do your best for it not to happen over and over and over again. The narcissist will come in a pretty package. If it's a woman, she's going to come gorgeous in her own way. She 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 will study you. She will know your likes and dislikes. How would she know that? Because you'll tell her. The same thing with the male narcissist. They're good at studying their prey, their victim. And you need to be good at understanding how a narcissist thinks, how they move. That's how you even the playing field. You must study. You must observe. Stop taking things at face value. Go deeper. Look beyond the outer appearance. use your intuition. Don't let these people lie to you. Like the old folks would say, I see you. I see you. There's certain things, if our eyes are truly open, we'll see it. Don't focus on the outer. Focus on who they are here. And listen to them. They'll tell you. They never really talk about it because they're embarrassed. But technically, you shouldn't be embarrassed. If you don't talk about it, it'll never get out and nobody will ever get educated in this situation. The narcissist is diabolical. They're dangerous. Society needs to seriously be educated in this area. Not knowing could be dangerous. This is why I do my best to spread the word, spread the knowledge. By the time they leave you, you're a shell. You're empty. And then they'll tell your family and your friends that you were the worst thing they ever had. They will divide your families or they will divide your family against you and your friends. If you were, or at the beginning of your narcissistic relationship that you didn't know was a narc kind of relationship, let's say you came in as a man, muscular, fit, with a sane mind. You haven't experienced any depression before you met the narcissist woman. And then and by the time the relationship is over, you end up fat and bloated, confused, in a narcissistic fog, traumatized, and depressed. And you're wondering, or you were wondering, what the hell happened? Who am I? You look in the mirror and you're like, I don't even know this person. Who is this person? And what did I do to deserve this? Or you've been through so much abuse with this narcissistic person, you can't even put it all together. You can't even find the wherewithal to explain to yourself, hey, this is what happened. No. Me personally, I went through this. I was forced. Well, at first I thought to myself, wait, hold on, damn. Am I the narcissist? I'm probably the one with the problem. I believed everything that person said about me. And I had to get away. And once I finally got away, that's when I started researching and finding out. Because at first I started thinking, I'm the one with the problem. I'm a narcissist. I'm self-centered. I'm all about me. I believed everything they said. And then I started researching. I started reading on the subject. I started looking at YouTube videos. And that's when I got enlightened. Wait, hold on. Love bombing. What is that? Gaslighting. What is that? What are all these terms? And then that's when I started to get educated. That's when the light bulb said, bing, got it. Oh, I'm not the one with the problem. Okay. And that's how it started. This is Mike Chevalier, keeping it simple and precise.